So good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Joni Parsons. I'm co-creator of Revel 11 along with Monica Smith, who's joining us this morning. Monica, say hi to everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
We're so happy to have you here. I am so thrilled and have been looking forward to this morning for some time. Kelley and I have known each other for 20 years and just reconnected recently. Kelley Moore has built her career around design and entertaining, and she was first an event designer and has shared her knowledge through television shows such as The View, HGTV and Discovery Plus, and also as an influencer. She has just started a new venture called the Pink Butteau, which we'll be talking about, and she's actually there today filming from there, creating and curating cruise experiences on Seattle's waterway. Kelley, thank you so much for being here. We're so happy to have you.
Oh, well, you guys, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, look at you sitting out on Lake Union this morning. And, for those of you who aren't in Seattle, we're going through a little heat wave here. And it's going to be in the 90s, in the 90s today. So we're all just preparing for the rest of the day. But Kelley, welcome.
Hi, thanks. I'm so excited. And I got to tell you, I feel like it might be 90 already. I was setting up this morning and I thought, if this is already and it's not even 8 a.m., I can't imagine what 3 p.m. is going to feel like.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. There's no question. Well, tell me, how did you originally get started in entertaining? Like, when was that first beginning nexus that you're like, this is what I want to do the rest of my life?
I was 9. And that's not
you were 9.
I threw my mom a surprise birthday party. And I literally came up with every detail. I called her friends at night, told them what to bring. I got in trouble for being on the phone. But when I saw her completely explode with happiness when she walked in the door, I think I knew at that moment, wow, this is something, not as 9, you think, oh, this is something. But looking back, I'm like, that is a moment and an experience that I just remember making somebody so happy by throwing a party. And I thought, why wouldn't, then I found out there was a career in event planning, and I was like, wait a second, you can get paid to plan parties? What kind of career is that? So I started my own event company and had that for 8 years, traveled all around the world, and then landed in television in a really weird way. But anyway.
And then has also been involved in many of Seattle's magazines and doing styling for all sorts of events. Tell them about your current TV show, just briefly, and then we're going to get into all of these ideas.
Yeah, and I apologize. This is what happens when you're in a boat. Seaplanes go above you. So I'm currently on a show called High Design. It's hosted by my friend Kim Miles, and we go around the country making over cannabis shops. So we help mom and pop shops really level up their design. Because big canna is now coming in where things are kind of legalized and they're taking over the small mom and pop shops. So we help people redesign their entire shop, and it was such a fun show to shoot.
Yeah, and they had over 1 million views followers already in their first season. And so check that out. It's been really fun to watch you redo so many of these shops.
Thank you.
Kelley, we're going to get right to it. You have so many fun designs to share and ideas. So let's, Natalia, if you could bring up the slideshow, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So, we've been in the pandemic for so long. We haven't had anybody, people weren't able to come over to our homes. And now, I don't know about you, but I just feel like this incredible opportunity is in front of us to have people over and entertain and just be together again, and to do it in a really fun way that Kelley is going to show us. Natalia, the screen share is not sharing. You don't see anything. So hold on, we're just having some technical difficulties. There we go.
Oh, there's my feet.
There's your feet. So first of all, tell us about the Pink Butteau.
Well, the Pink Butteau I created actually while I was floating in a dinghy looking at this boat during the pandemic, drinking champagne. And I started thinking about the Beverly Hills Hotel and all the pink hotels around the world that I'm so inspired by. And I thought, oh, the pink thumb, the tow truck, the pink elephant. I started thinking about all the historic, iconic pink things in Seattle. And I thought, I want to be the iconic pink boat on the lake. So I wrapped my boat in pink vinyl and transformed the interior, gutted it, and completely redid it. And now we partner with chefs and we do all kinds of custom experiences for people on the lake.
And the boat is just so cute, as you might imagine, and so well designed. And you can go on to the pinkbutteau.com to see more about that. But right now we're going to be talking about summer entertaining. So let's move to the next slide.
So I can tell you, I'll tell you, set it up a tiny bit. There we go, lounge seating. So one of the things about entertaining, I love a good dining table and to sit down with friends around a dining table, but outdoor entertaining is so great because we want to be in the environment, experiencing it. And you have most people, not me, because I live on a boat, but most people have a lot more space to spread out. So it would just be like going into a lounge, into a bar where everything is kind of, you've got groupings of seatings. It helps make it feel a little bit more casual. People can mill about and engage and lounge and sit down. And I like bringing the outside or the inside out. So I bring a lot of my furniture. I'm known to bring sofas out, and I'm known to bring out anything from my home and style it out in my garden. At least when I'm going to stop saying when I had my house, because I'm on a boat. You obviously know that, but setting that up outside. So it's like your living room. It's really, I think, a lovely way to do it. Certainly you might want to haul your sofa out. So there's other ways you can do it too.
Well, I love what you have here. And it's, so many people say bring the outside in. And this is the first time I've seen bring the inside out. So tell us what you have here. You have this beautiful chest and some pillows from inside. And
yeah, so this was actually, so I just want to be clear, like a lot of these photos are inspiration photos, but ideas I've done. This particular photo is a photo I styled and was from a photo shoot from Seattle Magazine. And we had a glamping tent before glamping tents were very, were totally in. And so this is an old vintage chest and some poofs and a lantern. And you can see a director's chair back there with a blanket. So I think just like you would do inside your home, when you're outside, layer, right? I love layers because it adds interest and there are things to talk about. So that's why I always feel like layering is such a big deal.
I would love to go sit right here. So let's go to the next one.
So if you don't want to bring your stuff outside, but you want to create something quickly, those pallets that people ship things on in containers?
Yes, this is fabulous.
Yep. So you can just go pick up some pallets. You can go on Craigslist. People will be giving them away a lot of times. You pick them up, you can throw on some, you don't even have to have that cushion made. You can just throw on pillows and it creates immediate places where you can sit and really just, it makes it feel like a lounge outside.
I love this. And, I love those cushions, but you could just do individual seating around if you wanted to do something like that, like you said, with individual pillows and style this in all sorts of ways. So what a fun idea. Do you think that that's sturdy enough for a lot of people to sit on?
Oh, yes. Especially because you're going to stack them by 2 or 3. Okay. So, and, certainly where do you have space to store, multiple pallets, but I did this actually for a wedding in my house in Walla Walla. And that's how we actually had seating. So yeah, they're sturdy enough.
Okay. I'm going to look for those pallets. Absolutely.
Free on Craigslist.
Yeah. And down on Ballard Ave.
This I love.
So let's talk about this amazing kiddie pool for adults. I want to go sit here later this afternoon.
So these are super inexpensive on Amazon and they do come in different colors and, kiddie pools they can be, come on, who doesn't want to jump in one? I do. I would like to jump in one right now, but this one is used as a little way to just sit. And this particular one was styled for an outdoor movie night. So they sectioned off the entire yard and they had 10 inflatable pools, threw in pillows, blankets, had a little table there for snacks. And it's another great way, especially for an outdoor movie night, to create some comfortable seating.
So Kelly, in this instance, like these cute pillows and the rug, where do you normally shop for things like that?
Oh my gosh. So, I'm a Target, Home Goods, like I'm, especially because I'm consistently turning things over. On the boat, obviously I designed it and I believe in investing in nice things if they're going to be something that are not temporary like this. But I mean, you can go to Target and get inexpensive rugs, or you can go to the Goodwill, or Goodwill
Right.
has a mix, and in a situation like this, yes, the black and white is great, but you can make it feel very bohemian and just go to Goodwill and get a bunch of different rugs and put them all out on the yard, and then pick like one color of an inflatable pool. So it's like all different rugs and one color of an inflatable pool, to make that feel cohesive.
And I think one of the things that's important to note here is that, nothing, you can make your own trend. It's like there's no trends out there. It's like just make something like beautiful like this in black and white. Or if you do want to be bohemian, just be you. That's something that we've been talking a lot about on Rebel 11 is that,
Mhm.
don't be trendy, just be you. And that's a really important thing to note, that you can make things really fun and make it completely your style. Okay, let's go to the next one.
And I just want to comment real
I
quick on I want to
Yeah.
comment on, oh, okay. On the trend part, I just want to
Yeah.
say trends are out, like in my opinion.
Trends are,
Just
yeah,
it-
that's
to
what I'm
me, if
trying
you
to
walk
say
into a
is trends
space,
are out.
yeah, if you walk into a space and it looks like everybody else's, I'm not going to be impressed. I want to know who you are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yes, this picture.
I love this. Like this blew my mind. I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this in my backyard? I have
Battery
some
operated.
trees that would benefit from some chandeliers.
Battery operated chandeliers, they do exist. Google it. There are a bunch of different people that make them, but they're, to me, a lot of people have solar powered, and I do have a couple of solar powered things in here as a reference, but battery operated is great because solar powered, you don't know quite, are they charged enough? Am I going to get enough light? When it's battery operated, you can test it, whether or not it's going to be bright enough. And these, the battery operated chandeliers are lightweight. You can get, 3 or 5 of them. I always do things in odds. So, and hang them from the trees at different levels. Certainly be careful on your ladder. I don't want to be responsible.
I
for
love
you
this
falling.
idea so much. And
Yeah.
and I think, I like those Moroccan lamps could be really cool in the backyard as well.
Yep.
And like even big lanterns, but this is just such a creative lighting idea. Love it.
Thanks. Yeah. It's elegant.
It's so elegant.
Oh my God, these are my favorite though. I always say that. I get to the next slide, I'm like, but this is my favorite. So rechargeable lights, they're all over the place now. And I love a good dining table with a beautiful lamp on it. Again, it's like a sense of bringing the inside out to the dining table, and it's really adds a beautiful glow. Those, if you see the lanterns, the one that the child's holding there, that's a brand new product. And they partnered with Faro and Ball, a paint company, and they're beautiful. They're pretty tall. They are really lightweight and easy to carry, and they're modern looking. And then the orbs in the corner, those are 8-inch orbs, rechargeable, and they come with colorful cords. So you can hang those anywhere.
And where did you get, so 2 questions. On the lanterns, what's the name of those?
So Faro, Farrow, and Ball makes them. They partnered with another company. And one of the things I'd love to be able to do is give you some links to my favorite products that you can put somewhere, Joni, maybe on your Facebook page or.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah. But that's one
And
of my.
then also the orb on the left-hand side with the colorful cords. And where did you get those?
Those I got, I think, on Amazon.
Okay, great.
I'll send you some links.
Okay, terrific. And I'll share those with everybody that's on today and that signed up. So let's go ahead and go to the next one.
So solar lanterns, right? I mean, to me, pattern and texture, if you can get it involved in a space in any way, it just creates an interesting level of interesting layer. So these I love, the Moroccan lanterns. They add a great pattern. If you, instead of hanging them up, if you lay them on the walkway, you'll get that pattern on your ground. So as people enter, you've got a really great texture of it, interest as people walk in.
Okay, so how many people want to have a beautiful party with these and all of these ideas like as soon as possible? I know I do.
I do too.
I just think this is so stunningly beautiful and would add such an incredible element to any party. Let's go to the next one. And I'm sure you can get those in different patterns as well.
Oh, you can. These, I gotta tell you. Okay.
You gotta tell me.
Gotta tell you, these glow in the dark pebbles. You can get these anywhere. I feel like I'm plugging Amazon, but they are there. They're $13 for 200. You're going to want to get obviously a bunch of packs. I couldn't tell you how big your walkway is or garden, but you can layer these throughout. They come in different colors. And it makes, if you look, it's like fairy dust on the walkway. Like who doesn't like that? So you can mix it in with maybe a pebble driveway. And to me, I just leave them there because they recharge.
So Kelley, how long do those last?
They'll last an evening, but what happens is they recharge during the day, and then at night they're magical.
But then do they last multiple days, or is it usually just for a one night event?
One night, and then they'll recharge the next day. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay. And then these also come in various colors too, right?
They do. I've yet to find clear. Which is what I would want. I found pink the other day, but I think I have a lot of pink in my life, so it's probably not the next purchase.
Well, that might come in handy at some point. You never know.
You never know.
Okay, yeah, another beautiful tip idea. This one's super fun.
Okay, so this people are going to be like, "Come on, Kelley."
Come on, Kelley, but this is fun.
You have to be a little over the top. And you have to want to spend time to do that. If you look at that picture with the screens, that's actually Coachella. So that's not ribbon, but you can do that with ribbon. You can get that look. So say you have a pergola in your backyard, you take some wide, colorful ribbon and you tie it between posts, right? Really tight with a little bit of space in between, maybe an inch in between. And you do one side in yellow, one side in fuchsia. It just really, to me, creates this fun pop of color and environment. I love the photo with the tent. That's just taking ribbon and going over the top of a branch to create a tent on both sides. Granted, you're going to want to find a wholesaler. You want to get wholesale ribbon because you're going to need a lot of it. The picture of the tree stump wrapped, that's an art exhibit, actually. And how easy is that to do if you want to do a couple trees in your yard for conversation? So I think these all seem like a crazy person would do these for a party, which is probably true.
But that could be you, Kelley, right?
I would do that for a party. Or
yes,
you can just drape them over the branches of the tree, right? And you don't have to use ribbon. I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm going to say this. Somebody's going to know me and go, Kelley, I can't believe you said crepe paper, because I don't love it. Nor do I really love balloons, but there's ways to use them. And this might be a good way with the tree to use that effect.
Great idea. I just think that this is such a beautiful, fun color. And can you imagine kids coming into this, or really anyone, but just to have the vibrant color for a party? So beautiful. Okay, let's go to the next one.
My favorite is cocktails. Let's talk about
Okay, well, I just have to say that I put some lemon and some mint in my water this morning because I knew we were going to be talking about cocktails and bubbles, and I just thought that looked like more fun. So tell us about the bubble bar.
Like you're a little bit fancier too, Joni, when you just add that stuff for yourself.
Yep.
You kind of
I felt a little fancy, I have to say.
I know. So drink stations. I am consistently like, you've got to offer people something when they come in, whether it's a mocktail or a cocktail. But like when you step on the Pink Butteau, the first thing you have is either a glass of bubbly or something that you've requested, and you have it when you get on the boat. It's, to me, that's a nice gesture to say welcome. But when you're having groups of people, it's nice to have these station bars, and you've seen them at weddings, you've seen it at events. A bubble bar is really great. It's just, don't invest in high-end champagne. Just do a Prosecco and then get some pretty glass containers. I love to go to Pacific Galleries or to vintage shops and find vintage ones, and then fill one with, you know, like a fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, or like mango, or some kind of really fresh summer, or maybe you want cranberry. I don't know.
You can
we
really
have
have anything. And then you have down here on the left, you have kiwi, and is that grapefruit and raspberries?
Yep. So
what else would, go ahead.
Sorry. So grapefruit, cranberry, kiwis, anything that you want to pop in just as a little pretty decoration, right? It's just to put it into the glass to make, you can also put sugar cubes. You know, people will soak sugar cubes. Sorry, if you're seeing me move, a boat just went by. This is what happens on a boat.
That's what happens when you live on a boat.
I know. Sugar cubes can be soaked in like a bitters. You pop it into the champagne, into the Prosecco. You know, you can do lots of things on this bubble bar.
I love this. I'm gonna borrow this. And you know, we have in my other world, I have a PR firm, and we have an event coming up, and I'm going to take this idea for this big event for 100 people and do that. You know, so it can be really, these ideas can be used for, you know, 6 to 8 or even 2. I mean, how fun would that be just for 2 of you in the morning on a Sunday morning, or for 100? So,
or for yourself, if you
or
just
for
wanna,
yourself,
you know, be fancy on a Sunday morning.
That's exactly right, with your partner or girlfriends.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. That's so pretty.
So a lot of people forget about the classic cocktail. Like they think, oh, we have to do some kind of fun station bar, whether it's a bubble bar or something else, to have an outdoor bar. I say go ahead and don't forget the classic cocktail, because a lot of people don't like all the fluff. They want to make their sidecar. They want to make their, you know, they want to make their favorite, their Negroni. The one way you can change this up a little so it's not like, oh, it's your regular just cocktail bar, is to think about the different brands that you're putting on. So for instance, I'm going to show you a couple of things I have on my classic bar.
Let's go to full screen.
So I have like a classic tonic syrup. So I'll put this in a gin and tonic.
And what brand is that, Kelley?
This is Jack Rudy Cocktail Company. And I also just love, some of these brands have beautiful packaging, so it makes your bar just look a little bit more fancy. And then, for instance, and I know you know these lovely ladies at Fast Penny Spirits, I have their Americano, and you can make a really great Negroni with this. And the bottle's beautiful, the packaging's beautiful. So it all really, not only is the spirit good, and it makes your classic cocktail bar more interesting.
Yeah, it levels it up.
Beautiful. Yep, levels it up. So that's on your classic bar.
And then what else do you have in there? Just tell us, like, what do you have? You have Aperol, and then
so this isn't my classic cocktail bar. This is for the next slide, but I'll tell you.
Okay.
Don't tell me yet. Jump ahead? Let me push this way.
Okay, we'll do that in just a second. But just as far as Fast Penny, they've been a big supporter of Rebel 11. And as Kelley mentioned, it's owned by Jamie Hunt, woman-owned a spirits company. So, you know, we're all about supporting women-owned businesses, and we have that choice to make every day. So we encourage you always to look for women-owned businesses and to support them. So, okay,
that's what we do in the Pink Butteau. We partnered with Fast Penny. We've partnered with XOPC, women-owned businesses. We literally are focused on that here too.
Good. And you know, I'm all about that. We're all about that. Okay, let's talk about the next one.
Okay, so I love making infused vodkas. I love making, like, I also make a limoncello and give that away during the holidays. But the herbaceous infused vodkas, they're really great. And right now it's in the summertime. Think about making your own with 2 sprigs of lavender and 1 sprig of rosemary. You put that in with your regular vodka. Let it sit for 3 to 5 days. I'd let it sit for 3 and then kind of make yourself a cocktail and see if you think it's infused enough. But that lavender rosemary added with some lemonade makes a really great cocktail for summer. And then, so
Kelley, do you take out the lavender and the rosemary after the 3 to 5 days and then serve?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so you basically filter it through a funnel into a bottle, beautiful bottle, of course. And then you make a little label for it, and then it's the lavender infused lavender rosemary.
And then when would you serve the lemonade vodka drink? I mean, would you serve that
Right
at a
now,
lunch,
not at
or
8 in the morning, but on a hot day. When would
sounds
you
pretty
serve
good
it?
right now,
Summertime.
actually.
Yeah. No, I
And
mean, I
then-
think it's great for a picnic. I think it's, I think an afternoon, like early happy hour-ish would be great. Top it off with, put a sprig of lavender in with a little slice of lemon, and it would be beautiful in a vintage glass. To me, there's nothing like that, like little look. And obviously I love some infused vodka and lemonade. So I think.
Is there any other herbs that you would use besides the lavender and the rosemary?
Oh, you can use, really go crazy. Go crazy, Joni. Pick your herbs out of your garden. You can do basil. You can do thyme. There's a vodka, and I'm not thinking about it right now. It's really great in a Bloody Mary, and I don't know why it's not coming to my mind right now.
Well, I'll just say something. So one thing that I've seen this year that I personally haven't seen before is using lilacs. I know we're past the season, but lilac infused lemonade. People say that it's amazing. So I'm going to try that next year during lilac season.
Yeah, I'm thinking now, because I have a pepper vodka that I put in, a black pepper vodka that I put into my Bloody Marys. And I'm wondering if you could do that with peppercorns. I'll have to look at that.
That sounds good. I like spicy, so
Me too.
sounds really good. Okay, let's go to the next one.
All right, batch it up. So, obviously, sometimes you just don't want to worry about having to be the best hostess and say, do you have a cocktail? 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 So making batches of cocktails. And so maybe you make a big batch of sangria, or you make a big batch of a Greyhound, great, vodka and grapefruit juice. So you've got maybe 3 different types of cocktails. Maybe you do a vodka, a tequila, and a sangria, right? And you can make batches. So invest in some inexpensive pitchers and make 3 batches, depending on your guests, right? Because you pretty much figure in the summertime at a summer party, you're going to have 3 to 4 drinks per person, So, depending on your group, let me just say that. And
yeah, that seems like a lot for some people and not a lot for
okay,
others.
So depending on your group, that's why I said that, Joni. And it could be an 8-hour boat trip. You just don't know.
You don't know.
Having those pitchers on ice and ready to go, so you just switch them out, is a really great way for you to be able to just enjoy the party.
So just recently, I bought a couple of these glass pitchers, and I got them for 40% off at a local store here. So they were like $15 each. And what you can do with this, with batching it up and to have these different colors shine through are just beautiful. And then recently we talked with Cynthia Zamara from Toronto, and she had some beautiful pictures that she used for water from Anthropology. And it just livened up her table so much. So there's so many things that you can do with pictures and batching it up.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
This is my party barge. This is what you saw. So this is my party barge on the Pink Butteau, and it's funny because I love it. It's an ice bucket. It's also a bar. So you can see they've got containers there where you can put your lemons, your limes, your cherries, whatever. It's got 2 sections with those containers, and then you can have champagne, wine, you can have mocktails, you can have sparkling water. But it's a long, I have it here. It's got 1, 2, 3 sections, 1 very large section. And that's how I serve my drinks on the Pink Butteau.
I just love this idea. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and they come in different colors, which is great.
Oh, that'd be fun. So what's your favorite? Let's see. I know yours is pink. I think mine would probably be a green or a red, depending on what tone they were. But
I'm
sure
also
that
love
there's
a classic white, because then all the packaging and everything that you have on the bar that's in there it pops, But
that's an even better idea, actually.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, let's go to the next one. So many fun ideas. Oh my gosh.
These are my favorite for the summer. right here. So you have your Aperol spritz, which, you know, is Prosecco and club soda and Aperol, and you put in some lemon or some orange and you're done. And it's one of my very favorite. Then you have Rosé Lollet Frosé. So that's frozen watermelon, ice, you know, frozen watermelon cubes, Lillet Rosé, some simple syrup, and you're done. Ginger pineapple mojito. I have this on my bar all the time, and it's fantastic. It's a French ginger liqueur. I put it in bubbly. I've also put it in the mojitos. And then you've got the Beverly Hills Hotel, which I had to have on there because I'm inspired by that space and why to turn the boat pink. That cocktail is served in a fresh coconut. It's I think it's 3 ounces of fresh coconut water. It's light rum. I think it's 1 ounce light rum, 1 ounce dark rum, and 1 ounce coconut rum, and then coconut simple syrup served in a coconut. And I need branded coconuts like that to do those.
Yeah, you should order those right away, Kelley.
I'm ordering those right away. And then I love to engage my guests when it comes to a cocktail. So I'm going to show you something here.
So let's go to a full screen here. Yeah, this is fun.
One of my favorite gins is Empress Gin. So if you can see it, it's like bluish purple. This was actually made with the Empress Hotel. It's a collaboration with the Empress Hotel, and it has butterfly pea blossom in it. And so when you mix butterfly pea blossom with the spirit and you put a citrus in it, watch this. I hope this works. It's magic. But my guess, this is a way to engage your guests. Put the lemon, citrus, put the gin, and then watch. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we can definitely see it. It's turning color.
So
oh my
it'll
gosh,
take a minute,
purple,
and you want to shake it up a little. You have to shake it, but it turns to pink.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
it is a great way
That
to
is
engage your
magic.
guests.
I love that idea. And the Empress, just so everybody knows who's not from this area, it's the Empress Hotel in Victoria, BC, which is a famous old hotel that you need to go to. It's just fabulous.
So those are my favorite cocktails for the summer.
So nice. Okay, great ideas.
All right. This is one of my shoots for Seattle Magazine that I did. I loved this idea of making it mobile. You know, a lot of people have their kids' red wagons or their red wagons. You put some ice buckets in, you throw some crab on one side, you mix up your cocktails and put them on ice on the other side. And, you know, you take it with you. This, to me, I love this idea. It's a way to have fun and make it portable. And, you know, yes, it's not a cooler. The ice is melting. I get it. But I'm one of those people who will sacrifice ice for something looking really cute. So, you know,
that's very cute.
That's just me.
And you can throw anything in here. Let's just talk about that. I mean, here you have crab, but you could throw some salads in. You could throw, what else would you throw in?
Yeah, you could throw anything in that. I mean, you can do your, you know, you could do fresh cut fruit. I mean, you can do anything that needs to stay cool, right? And just put it on one side and put your drinks on the other and take it on the road. I have a cute little blanket there. And then I just happen to have a clamshell, melamine clamshell that I labeled bar and, you know, crab, I think is what it says. So it was just
so creative and fun.
It was fun. All right, mini picnic stations. So a lot of people, when you have people over, you can throw blankets out on the lawn as like just picnic blankets, right? And then if you want to preset things, these little picnic tables, I have one, I take it out on my boat, my little boat. I have a little Pink Butteau too. And it's really great because it has a place for the wine bottle. It has a place for glasses, and then you can put your charcuterie on top. And they make them in small and they make them in large. I think there's a company that makes them with up to 8 wine glasses. So if you go, for instance, you can take this with you to Chateau Ste. Michelle to see a concert and set it up. You know,
I mean, how fancy would you be there? You know, at one of the concerts where you bring your own picnic and then you have this. I love this idea. And look at how many different things there are on here. And just imagine if this table was longer, what else you could incorporate into these lovely tastes that and bites that are here. So the walnuts and the apricots and cheese and grapes, so many different things. Yum.
Yep.
Can we go for a picnic in just a little bit, Kelly?
Yeah, let's go today. I'm
Okay,
ready.
I'm in.
All right. So it's funny because I know that I've seen the cones and I've seen lots of different ways. To me, if you want to set up picnics everywhere, having a little bento box, they can just be cute little cardboard boxes and allowing people to go ahead and fill their own. So they're, versus a plate, they're easier to carry. When you sit down, they're easier to keep things contained. So I think it's a really cute way to just make it easy for your guests to eat on a picnic blanket.
I mean, again, just such a creative idea, and look at all the yummy things there. I mean, and again, it wouldn't just have to be cheese and crackers and little snacks.
No.
You could do so many. I mean, I think one thing I like about this idea is if you were serving, maybe even 10 to 20 people, to put it out on a bar and everybody could pack in whatever they like. I love this idea.
Yep. This next idea,
just going back to that idea, Kelly, one thing we do at Rebel 11 is we, put on retreats for women quite often. And I think I'm going to borrow this idea for one of our retreats when we go on a hike, and people can, we'll figure out how we can pack it up and put it in our backpacks and take it out and do bento boxes on a trail.
On the go. Yeah.
On the go.
So this idea I love. I did this for a photo shoot. I did it though where I took this bamboo steamers and I stacked 2 of them. So the upper deck was a sandwich and some chips and all that, and the lower deck was like dessert. But this would be fun to do with some fried chicken, a biscuit, some potato salad. You put it all in with a little piece of not wax. What am I thinking? Wax. Why am I not thinking? It's wax. Hello.
Parchment
Paper. Thank you. It's early in the morning.
Thanks, Natalie.
And then you grab that and go. So it's another way. It's interesting, right? I mean, you can put out plates. Yes, you can do all that. But doing something like this is always, to me, it's something people talk about, they think about, they remember when they're doing their next party. They go, oh, remember the steamer? I could go to, I don't know what stores have them the least expensive, but you can get them bulk online. And, it's just a great way to contain your food and make it interesting and have a group of people over outside.
Yeah, I mean, even for a breakfast, you could put a scone on, on one level and then some eggs or potatoes dish on the top. One thing I love about all of these ideas, it's how to make things memorable. Just like you said, that we all entertain a lot, but it's those special touches where people go, wow, that was either really fun or I can't wait to go back to see what she does next time.
Yeah, I think if you're going to take the time to put something together and you're going to invest and spend money on it, then in my theory, you have to think about it as an experience. That's why I don't call my boat a charter boat. We create experiences for people on the water. And the reason I create experiences is because when people walk in the door from when they leave, I want them to feel like they've just experienced something special, right? And so I feel like if you're going to invest money and you're going to have people over, the smallest detail, you don't have to spend a lot of money and you don't have to invest a lot of time. The smallest details can make an impact. Right.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
All right. So these I have on my boat. You want to come to me full screen because I'm gonna talk to you about this conversation card situation. All right. So on my boat, I have this, and in it, I keep these conversation cards. So there's a date deck, because if somebody wants to come out on a date, this is a great date deck. What deck is this? Oh, love. This is all about love. This is the strangers edition. So if you're strangers, and you
how to get to know one another quickly.
So like this one, you open up. What's the wisest thing anyone's ever told you? My dad stopped spending money. So but this is Love is Happiness deck. So I'm going to ask you guys, because this is really, these are conversation
Everybody,
starters.
you can answer in the chat too. What's the question?
Okay. I'm the CEO of blank, and my next innovation is blank. What are you going to invent? And what company are you the CEO of?
Okay.
Okay, this is an easier
Okay,
question.
we need a better one than that. We're
think
vetoing
that's
that
a good
question.
If you could download all the cumulative, thank you, knowledge of one person, who would it be?
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? For right now, I would say Oprah. And the reason why is that she's interviewed so many of the most amazing people in the world. Like, she has a lot of knowledge. So I'm going to throw it back at you. Who would you?
You can. I'd want to talk. I'd seriously take everything that Martha Stewart has in her brain and say, hey, lady, how'd you build such a multi-million-dollar empire on entertaining from one like turkey on a magazine cover to where you are now? Like, I'd want all of that knowledge.
I think that would be a really good conversation for you to have, Kelley, because you could be right there as well.
Yes. You see, you hear about the interesting people. I want to know how she built a multi-million-dollar brand.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. But this is a great way. Just put them in a container, keep them out, let people, they'll pick them up. Or, another great thing is to like take the deck apart and put one card in a picnic basket or one card in everybody's bento box to start the conversation.
Love it. Okay, let's go to the next one.
So who doesn't love an outdoor movie? Who does not want to see The Breakfast Club on a big screen? I think these are fun. And, you can set up even a small screen in your yard in a section with a bunch of blankets and pillows for kids to just plop in and watch a fun movie, at your party. Like, create an area for people to just hang and sit. I have a big screen that I used to use for public speaking and a projector, and I have it on the top deck of my boat, and I bring it out to watch movies on my boat at night. So nice. Nothing like watching a movie al fresco.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little investigation on how we can do this in our backyard because I love this idea so much.
I mean, that's a sheet. So, that's literally a sheet and a projector that you can get online. And they now make them so inexpensive. They used to be really expensive, but now with technology, they're really inexpensive.
Great. And I love all the blankets and pillows there as well. Yep.
So, I'm not a huge game player, frankly, but this is really easy, I think, especially if you're going on a picnic or like for me on the back of the boat. It's a beach towel that actually doubles as a game board. So it's got backgammon and chess, or checkers, so you can take that with you, roll it up, put it in your backpack and go, or throw a bunch of those out in your backyard for people to play.
Great idea, easy to transport around, light, right? And there's so many game players. I love to play games. Yeah.
And then I love this one. First of all, anything that's designed in a really cute way, I'm in love with. Plus, table tennis is really, like, I could do it on the boat on my small table, although that would be real hysterical. I'm not sure who would really be able to keep the game going. But you could put that on a picnic table. That is a little roll that comes out and it's your net. And then you've got a couple of paddles and a ball and you've got a game.
I've never seen this before. We could play on our kitchen table. That'd be so fun.
Oh, you totally can. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They're so much fun.
Who knew? That's one thing I love about talking about all these different ideas is that, you kind of get in your own world. And until someone like Kelley blows it up, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many fun things to do. Like, who knew? So
I know.
Thank you for all these great ideas.
Oh,
what's
you're
this
welcome.
One?
So the giant yard domino challenge. I love these dominoes. They are massive. I can't even.
We can't tell in scale, Kelley, how big these are. How big are these?
They're like probably a foot and a half a piece. They're big. Awesome. And then they come and you can spread them out over your whole yard. It's a fun little game. I say little game. I haven't played dominoes in forever, so But to me, I love croquet. To me, that is my game of choice. But if you want something different, you can pick up this domino game.
And cornhole, I mean, I have to say, no, I'm behind the times, but I just played for the first time recently and had such a blast. I'm like, why is it taking me so long to play cornhole? But
cornhole is a very popular game for outdoor entertaining for sure.
Yeah, and this is more unique with the dominoes. Okay, before we go to the next one, are you guys ready? This is the most fun idea for kids of all ages. Can I just say from 5 to 95? And I am so excited to try this on some friends in the near future. And so let's go to the next slide.
All right.
Okay,
So,
the best idea in s'mores.
I don't know about you, but I love a good s'more. And we obviously on the boat, I can't have a fire. So it's not an option. If you don't have a fire pit in your backyard or you don't want all that smoke, this is a great way to make a s'more. And basically what I do is I have a little s'more station set up, and you've got your waffle cone. All right. And then you can fill it with whatever. You can have raspberries. You can have, I have, because I'm a huge peanut butter fan, I have marshmallows. I have Reese's peanut butter cups. I have regular chocolate. And then I layer in some marshmallows, maybe add in a few cones, break up the cone. And then of course, I'm going to add one more little chunk of Reese's. And then what you're going to do, and hopefully I'm not going to screw this up right now, is you're going to wrap it. And I got to tell you, I am the least gentle person on the planet. And if I can do this, you can do this. You wrap the cone. Start up the grill. Obviously, you've already had your burgers or your grilled veggies or whatever. So you've got that. You put it on the grill for 5 minutes. You unwrap it and you have your s'more.
You have a s'more cone.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound delicious, everyone?
Everything's melted. Everything's ooey gooey. And you've all got it contained in your little cone. I wish I had one prepped like Martha Stewart would have on her grill right here to whip out and say, this is why she has the brand. Whip it out and say, look at my beautiful prepped cone.
That must just be such a huge hit.
It's easy and it is a hit and it's fun for everyone and it's less messy. You know how you bite into a s'more, which a lot of people, you're at a campfire, whatever, it's all over you. But if you're on a date and you're having a s'more, the last thing you want to do is, maybe you do want marshmallow all over you and that's just who you are. But this is a really nice way to keep it contained and it's still really good.
And, people just love to, build their own gooey mess. Don't you think? I think
that's to customize.
Yeah, they like to customize whatever they have or whatever they can. So all of these ideas are so customizable to, your own personal palate as well as what you want to serve for others. So Kelley, this has just been so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Well, I appreciate being here. It's fun. I love to entertain. And I think it's the best way that you can build relationships and friendships is to get together.
Well, I think one of the things that I've been really interested in lately after the pandemic is to how to make more meaningful connections with people when they come over and have that. And secondly is, the intention for when someone walks out of my home or out of my space, like how do they feel? And all of these things are just so uplifting and fun, which is what we all need right now, is just a sense of joy for any occasion that we have, because we've really tried to focus on joy with Rebel 11 this summer and what brings us joy. And all of these, I have to say, would have brought me so much joy just talking about them. And I can't wait to implement many of these ideas today. Does anyone have any questions in the chat or want to come on camera and ask any questions of Kelley while we have her here? We have a couple more minutes. Okay, Kelley, why don't you tell us a little bit while we're waiting to see if anybody has any questions, more about the Pink Butteau and what you do when you go out on the water with a group of 6 people, right?
Yeah, so unfortunately the Coast Guard has some regulations, so most charters can only be 6 people. But what I love about that is I have a crew and they pay attention to every detail. If they see your drink is low, they fill it. Like we're all about the detail. And my whole point was bringing everything I've done on TV and in magazines to life on the boat. So whether it's the design table down, I talk to people, we customize it for them. We're doing a Bridgerton tea for a bride to be coming up, where everything is, thought of, from the menu card to what you leave with to the drink you have on your hand when you enter. We partner with really talented chefs who come on board and they make a full 4-course wine paired meal on the boat. We work with Trophy Cupcakes. I love Jennifer at Trophy Cupcakes and Parties. She and I do a Willy Wonka, like something sweet tour. The one that seems to be really popular is that our people are coming on board and I have a grazing table. So this table is full and then there's wine and bubbly. And we go out for about 3 to 4 hours and there's plenty of room with 6 people to go up top, lower deck, talk to the captain, and then we just go through Lake Union and Lake Washington and we have playlists, we have personalized playlists for people. So basically you work with me, I customize your experience. And then
it's a unique opportunity for anyone in Seattle or visitors to this area to really get a sense of what it's like to live here and to have an amazing experience all at the same time. Kelley, thank you so much. We are
Thanks for
so
having
grateful
me.
for having you and just an amazing opportunity. Romy, before we leave, it says, please run through quickly the recipe with the ginger liquor coconut water.
Oh, okay. So there wasn't ginger liqueur. So this is the, okay. So that's the Beverly Hills Hotel. Ready? It's 3 ounces of coconut water. So out of they literally take the coconut and they get the coconut water out of the coconut and it's 3 ounces. Then it's 1 ounce of light rum, 1 ounce of dark rum, 1 ounce of coconut rum. Sounds like a lot of booze to me. And coconut simple syrup. So you make your own coconut simple syrup and you mix that all up in the coconut shell and you have your cocktail.
Wonderful. Okay. And that is a wrap. Thank you, Kelley, so much.
Thanks for having me.